What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Jaishankar's strong message at Raisana Dialogue. I hope I said that right. Need basic consistency on standards. I'm excited to listen to this because I'm always excited for Jaishankar to speak. Absolutely love him. He takes no BS. No BS. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
2 days ago, you gave an interview to the Financial Times where you said, and I quote, "If we don't have an order, then you are looking at a very anarchic world, very Hobbesian." But you also said, and this was the headline of the article, in fact, "The virtues of the old order, of the old world order, are exaggerated." Why are they exaggerated?
Well, first of all, good to be with all of you and with all of you too. Look, I think we do need an international order, just like we need a domestic order. So if you need a society in a country, you need an international version of that. And it's not just big countries who will benefit if there is no order. I would argue that any country which will take risks, which will have extreme positions, which would, test the system, will actually use disorder to its advantage. I mean, we've seen in our own neighborhood, you don't have to be a big country to be a risky country. I have some smaller neighbors who've done a pretty good job at that. So, first of all, I think we should all, understand the importance of an order. Now, the old order, it was an order. It was a product of its times. But why I felt that its virtues were exaggerated was, I think the rule maker and the rule taker had somewhat different perspectives, because I also said in the same interview, if you were at the receiving end of some of those rules or the application of those rules, we had issues. And let me give you 2 or 3 practical examples.
Understandable.
If you capriciously, if it suits your interest, somebody is good, not good, well, I'll make up my mind how they're going to do. And you apply that order to the same country on the same issues differently. Take Afghanistan. Okay? So the same Afghanistan, the same Taliban, which was an outlier, was welcomed in the Doha process, was welcomed in Oslo. Apparently at that time people were okay with it. Today again we are going back saying, Taliban is doing all these not so good things. Now, if they were doing all of that, what was discussed in Oslo and Doha? You had a British general who described them at that time as, they are country boys with their own honor code. Now, so when it suits you to deal with the Taliban, they're okay. When it is not, they're not okay. You are extreme.
I think he is absolutely correct in what he's saying. There's rule makers and there's rule takers. And the rule makers decide when rules should apply and which countries they should apply to. You're not when it suits you, everything's all good. Taliban's cool. They're not that big a problem. They just got their own code. They're not an issue. When it doesn't suit you, they're the problem. They're evil. They're the enemy. They're terrible. We need to take them out. That is 100% how it's been throughout history. You feel like the winners write history. You feel me? So the most powerful countries are the rule makers, and as the rule makers, that basically gives you the power to decide who and when and what you want your rules to apply to. And if you feel like changing your rules, then you change your rules. And my guy Jaishankar saying, well, that's not okay. Like, we need an international order and we need a domestic order. But yeah, we need an order that's going to be consistent. That no matter what country, if rules are broken, we need to consistently punish that. And if country's doing good, consistently reward that. But you can't pick and choose depending on how it suits you. That is 100% correct. Jaishankar, I'm behind it, my guy. And once again, speaking logic, bro. He's speaking about the West hypocrisy. All right, talk to me.
Deal with the Taliban, they are okay. When it is not, they are not okay. You are an extremist today, you wear a suit and tie, you are okay. You know, I think I have a problem with that order. Give you a second example. We all speak of sovereignty and territorial integrity. All of us agree. It's a vital principle. It's the bedrock of global rules. After the Second World War, the longest standing illegal, I would say, presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India. What we saw in Kashmir. Now, we went to the UN. What was an invasion was made into a dispute. So the attacker and the victim were put on par. Who were the culpable parties? UK, Canada, Belgium, Australia, USA. So, pardon me, I have some question marks on that whole order.
I understand.
No.
I understand why you had question mark. And I let Jaishankar because he's not afraid to call out that hypocrisy. And as an American growing up, right, we're taught the USA always does what's right. The USA always helps those in need. The USA is always a superhero. And then when you grow up and you learn about the actual history of the USA and everything that this country has done to so many different countries, you're like, maybe actually we're the bad guy. But you get the United States gets to write their own narrative due to being the most powerful superpower on earth. At the moment, they're in the number one spot, so they get to write their own narrative. And so that's all we hear growing up. And I feel like that's what a lot of these countries do. You just well, these top countries, what do you say, UK, USA, Australia, Belgium, Austria, were a part of these UN disputes, no, or UN discussions. What's looked at as an invasion on Kashmir, what it was an invasion, was looked at as a dispute among these countries.
I can give you many more. We speak today of political interference. When the West goes out into other countries, it's apparently in pursuance of democratic freedoms.
Yeah.
When other countries come into the West, it seems to have a very malign intention. So I think we need, if to have an order, there must be fairness. I agree with you, Dominic. We need a strong UN, but a strong UN requires a fair UN. A strong, a global order must have some, some basic consistency of standards.
Agreed.
We have military coups to our east in Myanmar. They are no-no. We have them even more regularly to the west. You know where? They seem to be okay. So I think it's important to audit the working of the world for the last 8 decades and be honest about it, and to understand today that the balances, the shareholdings in the world have changed. We need a different conversation. We need, frankly, in that sense, a different order.
My guy's absolutely spot on. Once again, I mean, just cause it like it is, and how can you listen and not agree with what he's saying? Like, yeah, well, in order for a strong UN, we need a fair UN, not just deciding to pick and choose when something's a problem and when it's not. And you can't be able to do certain things and then tell other countries they can't do that. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next one. I'll see y'all next.